Mix 101.9, Forever Station of Choice. Happy Friday, Mega Mixers! Magandang buhay sa inyo, mga kabayan. And of course, good morning to you, Katenga. This is your Radio Breakfast Extreme. And it is time for our Broshow, where we talk about everything and anything and try to make sense of what's happening. My name is DJ Dudes, and I'm with the Bros, starting with our go-to guy, the GTG, Professor Matt Lester Mattel. Good morning to you, Prof.
Good morning, DJ Dudes. Half a day, Guam. Morning, Bodge. At again, we are joined by one of the radio icons dito sa Pilipinas. We're very lucky to have him here this morning in our show. Magandang umaga.
Good morning, Guam. A half a day, and I know it's another Friday once again with us here on the Broshow. Good morning, Prof. Good morning, dudes. At good morning sa ating, I would say, idol ko to, pare. Iba to. Oh, dudes, ikaw na bahala mag-introduce sa ating idol. Iba to.
Oh, idol to. Every Friday, we all know, is a special day because of our special guest. And this Friday is equally special. And without further ado, our guest for this week is one of the most popular Philippine radio DJ, TV personality, one of the most sought-after influencer, master of ceremonies, extraordinaire, Shibaker, Sam YG!
Yon! Guys, good morning! Half a day, diba? Half a day. So honored to be here. It's actually one of the few times I actually guest on a radio station that is not in the Philippines. I think a few times pa lang yan. Pero it's an honor to be here sa mga Pinoy dyan. Hello, mabuhay. Hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody's healthy. And I'm excited. No? Alam kong pag-uusapan natin dito, 5-6, rice cooker, kulambo. Kaya talaga nandito ako.
Ang motor, syempre.
Motor. So paano ba tayo mag-business dyan?
May tanong lang ako. Yung unang tanong ko. Pahirapan ba talaga maningil ngayon?
Nako! Papi, number one, nagtanong ka pa. Number one, bawal lumabas ng bahay. Diba? Oo. Pupunta ako sa sinisingilan ko. Ayaw lumabas ng bahay. COVID daw, COVID. Number two, on a more serious note, number two, medyo mahirap talaga because, of course, a lot of people are not getting income as usual. Diba? So, times are a bit hard. So you have to be a bit more understanding with the situation. That goes across industries naman. No, we have to be a bit more compassionate in understanding when it comes to the needs of people. So it's a bit of a tricky situation, but I'm still hopeful we'll get past this some way, somehow.
Yeah, I hope soon. We are all hoping yes, soon we will win the battle against...
Naku, sa Pilipinas, panalo na, Paps! Sa numbers lang ang pag-uusapan. Ano we will win? We won!
We won na.
Di ba nakita number sa Pilipinas? We won! We number one!
Ano na Italy, no? We number one na.
We number one! The game is over before it began.
Over. Done.
And then, natatawa lang ako. You know me. It's, I just try to make a situation a bit more light. Pero it's medyo crazy dito. I'm sure you guys probably are aware, no? Ano nangyayari dito. Medyo numbers are a bit crazy.
Hindi yata naintindihan eh. Hindi yata paramihan eh. Akala yata natin paramihan eh.
Oo. Ala social media voting, no?
Hindi na ako yung memo. Sabi ko kasi papalabahan ng number to. Hindi to Olympics.
Extension. Right. Okay. We are so happy to have you. We feel so special kasi sabi nga ni Sam, few times lang na nag-guest siya sa ibang radio station. And well, we are so happy na isa na tayo doon. Prof and Bojo, I know we have some loaded questions for Sam YG. Sige, take it away.
Ito, for Sam, no? First of all, thank you very much for gracing our program. We are in some ways really fans of your program and your career there in the Philippines. Pero medyo off tangent ito, natanong ko na to off air eh. First question, are you related to Arun Gogna? Arun Gogna.
Actually, as far as I know, he's a distant. Kami mga gog na konti lang. Alam ko maraming Bombay sa mundo. Pero yung mga gog na konti lang yan. Kasi uso, I'm sure you guys know, mga popular Indian names, Prakwani, Sirnani, Chamnani, di ba? Pero gog na, wala kang narinig mas na Bombay na gog na. Diba?
Very few nga, very few.
Oo. Kaya minsan question ako kung Bombay talaga ako eh. Alam mo ginagawa ko?
Anong ginagawa?
Halika, smell me to believe. Di ba kung sa iba to see is to believe, sa akin to smell is to believe. Anyway, but a very, very distant, to answer your question, very, very distant cousin of my dad. Kasi we're only a few. I think my fourth cousin. I met the guy though, very, very good speaker, very inspirational guy, written a lot of books, and I'm personally a fan. Oh, and we're friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Nice,
And then
nice.
I think it runs in the blood. Yung charisma talagang nasa dugo eh. Parang gano'n ang lumalabas eh. No?
Naku, hindi lang yan na tumatakbo sa dugo.
Ano ba?
No, bawal. We can't do green jokes, di ba? Ito sa Guam. I guessed it on a radio show when I was there. This was like a year or maybe 2 years ago. And I guessed it in one of the radio shows or radio stations. I forget which one exactly, but I was there for a good 30-40 minutes. And iba yung rules dyan. Diba? Medyo bawal yung green jokes. So, alam nyo na. Thank you for joining me. Sige. Ingat lang. Pero enjoy. People there are so, hospitable, parang Pilipinas. Ang saya ng mga tao dyan.
Yeah.
You were here about 2 years ago, di ba? For what reason? For what event? Or you were just visiting and checking out the island?
It was a project of the Guam Tourism Board. You guys have this yearly food festival. I forget what it's called. It's ang tawag doon?
It's a project by GVB. It's Guam Visitors Bureau. It's one of those food festivals that we have here. It changes a lot of times, pero on the same certain month, pare-pareho lang yan.
Oh, yun. So that's what I was there for, and I got to check out, Guam briefly. Okay, daming beach, di ba? Fresh ang air, wala masyadong traffic, and it's not too far from the Philippines. It's a quick trip.
Correct. Yep.
Also, ang daming budget airlines now that could get you to Guam. So for those who are thinking of visiting, it's actually a good place to visit if you're, di ba, looking for a quick trip. Kaya isang weekend yun, sakto, pasok.
Correct.
Daming Pinoy.
I think you were here for the barbecue block party.
Yun!
Right?
Yun. Correct.
Ano barbecue? Letter B.
Block party.
Block
party,
letter B. Kasi sa letter nila, medyo magkakaiba na yung tunog. Hindi green joke ka na.
Hindi. Okay, safe yun.
Ayaw natin yun kasi gusto natin, di ba? Hindi sausage fest.
Well, anyways, Sam, may mga questions then. Of course, there's a lot of listeners here on island na medyo kailangan din ng konting background kung how did Sam started your career as a radio personality. At the same time, nag-evolve yan. Para mo sinabi, we met siguro long time ago, years ago. Pero let's share some history naman ng paano ka nag-start sa industriya.
I was a DJ and a host by mistake. I wanted to be a lawyer. That's where I really wanted to be. So
Wow.
Yeah. High school, that was the dream, not to be a lawyer. So college, I took up legal management. And so I was in third year college and I used to host mga General Assembly. College org, General Assembly, di ba? Siyempre, gusto mo lang makamit ng mga girls. So you host. I was hosting this one event, tapos Magic 89.9 was one of the partner radio stations for the school org, and one of the DJs said, "Oh, Sam, why don't you try to be one of our campus jocks? Parang student DJs, we'll train you." Sige, let's try it out. I was in second year college, and then I started training, going to the radio station, reading mga announcements, whatever. Before I knew it, I was hired by 99.5 RT, a station in the Philippines. So next door lang. Same owner pero different music genre. So I took the job. I was in third year college, and slowly I fell in love with what I was doing, entertainment, hosting. It led to other things on TV, live events. And that's how it actually started by mistake. So sabi ko, when I graduated from college after taking my legal management course in Ateneo, I was thinking I'd take 1 year off bago mag-law school. But yung 1 year off na yun, ang dami nangyari. No, I fell in love with radio. I got promoted to do the morning show, and then I got suspended. No? Ito yung nangyari, ba't ako napunta sa Magic 89.9? Kasi sa 99.5 RT, after being there for about a year and a half, I was doing the morning show like you guys are doing. Siyempre, di ba, you wake up, get the people energized. Siyempre, energy level, kahit hindi ka pa natutulog. Di ba? Iba morning show, nakakagulo ng buhay. People have to understand the intensity of doing a morning show on radio.
Yeah.
It's easy, but waking up every day, having that energy, waking people up, having that mindset is really something else, and it changes your life. As a matter of fact, after morning show, I remember when I was doing the morning show every day, after 9 a.m., I'd pass out. Magigising ako mga 1 na ng hapon. Kasi bigay ka ng energy every day. So anyway, I was doing this morning show, and I used to do prank calls. No? And there was this one person I called, kaya kwento ko na rin, no? Bleep na lang, pero wala naman masama, ito talaga yung nangyari. Buso na yung buy and sell newspaper, where people, have the classified ads, stuff they're selling. So I saw may nagbebenta ng fighting cock, pare. So tinawagan ko. Sabi ko, ano to mga 7:30 na umaga? Hi, good morning. The wife answered, sabi ko, Ma'am, I just want to ask about your cock. Sabi, it's not me. It's my husband who owns the cock. Like, okay. It's alright. Okay. I just want to ask, kasi nakita ko sa Jari, you're selling, so you're selling your husband's cock. Kasi, yun number sa Jari, yun number sa newspaper. Sabi, yeah. My husband is a cocker. And he's into fighting cock. Sabi ko, okay, because I never had the cock. And I want to know, paano ba, how do you own a fighting cock, diba? Sabi kasi, to own a fighting cock, there are a lot of things to do, alagaan mo, you give them feeds and everything, papalaki mo, machohin mo. Sabi ko, so I started asking more questions. Sabi ko, do you actually, give the cock a bath? Diba? Paano yan? Sabi, iwan mo lang dyan. How do you know the cock is sick? Diba? Nag-arching ba yan? So, anyway, lumaba yung usapan, no? Ang ending, tinanong ko, Ma'am, just out of what happens, kasi pag I'm not sure if you guys know about sabong, di ba? Sa sabong,
Yeah.
chances are, pag nag-away yung dalawang cock, yung isa, yung matatalo, namamatay.
Correct.
Yun nangyayari. Yeah. So the loser dies. So anyway, sabi ko, Ma'am, what happens when the cock dies? Diba? So sabi ko, pwede ko bang, can I eat the cock? If the cock dies, can I eat the cock? No, because it's a dead chicken.
Oo.
No, diba? Tama naman. It's a dead chicken.
Ito na, yeah.
Adobo na.
Oh, exactly. Adoboy mo, whatever. Sayang naman nandyan pagkain.
Correct.
Pinasa niya yung phone ngayon sa mister. Sabi ko, Sir, I just wanted to ask kasi I want to get into cockfighting, no? Sabi ko, what happens when the cock dies, no? Can you eat the cock, make it in some fried chicken or something? Sabi niya, no. Always remember, a true cocker never eats his own cock. Sabi ko, okay.
Sabungero.
As funny as it, I know it sounds funny, it may sound a bit green, pero it's actually a golden rule, no? Pwede mo ipamigay. You can ask any sabongero. Pag natalo yung ano nila, yung manok nila, yung cock nila, hindi nila kakainin. Bibigay nila. Pwede mo ibigay sa kaibigan mo, whatever. Sila magluto. Pero ikaw, no. You don't eat your own cock.
So cock giver sila.
Yes.
Cock giver sila after.
Yes. But they give dead cock. So, I don't know.
Dead cock lang. Correct.
Kanya preference. So, anyway, I got suspended. Yada. Fined by the KBP.
You should have been promoted for that. You should be promoted for that.
Pero I got suspended. May fine pa. I think my fine was parang 200,000 pesos.
200,000? Wow.
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 Oh, diba? So anyway, I got suspended and Magic picked me up. Sabi lang, they wanna do a night show. Sabi ko, mas bagay yata ako sa gabi.
Correct.
So I joined Boys Night Out. There was an opening and the rest was history. I'm still doing the show till today. It's been 14 years. And until today, it excites me to go to work. Excites me to do radio. Excites me to make people laugh. To, give that entertainment, especially in the Philippines where we all know it's super traffic, stress levels are high and whatnot.
So it's a follow-up question, Sam. So Boys Night Out, you joined, or was it like you formed Boys Night Out and then it started? Or existing na ba sila and then you joined the lineup?
Boys Night Out started in March of 2006, no? And after 3 months, it was actually Tony Slick Rick and King DJ Logan. Tapos si Logan left for another radio station and there was an opening. That's when I joined after 3 months. So the show started 3 months before I got in there. A relatively new show, right?
What do you think is the formula that made Boys Night Out such a hit on the Filipino mainstream radio station?
I think, I get that question a lot, and I think what makes Boys Night Out, such a hit, or what people love about it, is that number one, totoo yung samahan totoo yung barkadahan. Isipin mo, para kayo mag-abarkada pero may microphone kayo nagiinuman sa garahe. That is the premise. Siyempre, tanggalin mo yung mga bad words. You can't say, bad words on air. You can't swear on air. Minus that, that is the premise of the show. How we talk about politics, how we talk about pambababae, how we talk about, hanging out, ano mga ginagawa ng kalokohan ng high school, kalokohan ng elementary. Lahat yan, para lang kayo nasa garahe, nagiinuman every night. And I think that bond, that friendship is something that, hindi madadaya. Yung chemistry, hindi madadaya yun. And I think one thing that, one thing that also people have to realize that it takes constant reinvention for the show to evolve. At that time, when we started, wala pa naman Twitter, wala pa naman Instagram, wala pa naman Facebook. Ano yan? Hotline. Tapos nagkaroon ng text line. Ngayon, wala na kaming text line. Diba? Naging Twitter, the new topic. Tapos ngayon, Instagram is there. So it's, constant evolution of the show, of the hosts, even of the topics that we talk about on the show. So we deal with topics that are current, the current situation, but our input on that situation. It always has to evolve. It always has to be a constant evolution.
Nice. Yun.
So talking about your when you were starting, and then you harked on this earlier, no? When you got suspended. I think you got to your show with Sam Oba. Tama ba yung sa art?
Correct.
Was there ever a time during BNO where you had the same situation na parang, uy, masususpend naman tayo. This might be the end, so to speak, because of that suspension. Umabot na ba sa ganung punto? Because, when you take a look at your show, it's really, you've reinvented radio kasi you've created something, you created a way of presenting provocative topics with such tasteful, intelligent content. Pero at a certain point ba, did it reach that point?
Of course, umabot dyan. Kung malala yung morning show, imagine nyo, isa lang yung loko sa morning show, imagine mo 3 sa gabi. So just imagine we've been, I think, Well, to date, no, not that I'm proud of it. I'm the third yata na highest fined DJ in the Philippines. Pero, ano na yun? I haven't been fined since 2012. And yes, there have been times...
Oh, congrats, congrats.
There have been times where the show almost ended because we have been called by the KBP. May hearing yan eh. Parang court hearing yan eh. Dahil may ginawa kaming kalokohan, yan, mga kung ano-ano. And wala, it's not, you know, when we do the show, it's not like you go to work and look at the handbook. Let me see what law we can break today. Hindi naman ganun eh. Diba? There's a certain, hindi ka rin naman ganun ka gang-ho, diba? But there are things you have to do and topics you have to talk about that will definitely, you know, tread that thin line of being, you know, bordering edgy and safe. And if you don't do that, for me, if you don't do that, you will probably just be like any other show. And ang daming radio stations, and per station, ang daming radio show. Sa kotse pa lang, lagi may 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yan, di ba? Mga preset mo sa FM, di ba? What will make them listen to us over the hundreds of other shows that are out there? We always have to do something different. We have to talk about a certain topic, giving it our certain twist. Instead of it's not really to, you know, break the rules or anything like that. But syempre, there are times that, you know, the lines will be crossed here and there. But that's what makes it what it is. That's what being real sometimes is about.
Yeah, actually, yung pumasok doon is you're making it your own. Yung twist nyo is making it your own, right? Making it your own, making it putting on your own flavor. Kaya mas, I would say, the appetite of the Filipino radio listeners are being satisfied. Anyways, going back to BNO, no, Boys Night Out, sino yung on your all of your guests, ang dami ang dami na rin nakapost eh. Yung mga nakapost gusto ko eh, mga nakapost yung guests, mga so out of all the guests that you have, can you give us can you give us 3 of the top interviews that you did on Boys Night Out?
Most memorable interviews.
Most memorable.
Yeah.
Okay. There, like you said, there are so many, no. But one that comes to mind is I was dating this girl, no. Medyo showbiz. Kaya kami. Oh, makita mo, nabusog ka. Wala pa kang pangalan, busog ka na naman, ha? Easy.
Sino to?
Naalala ko lang.
Sino to?
Oh, pero
Sino to?
Matagal na yan.
Tatype ko lang sa chat para lahat tayo alam natin chismis. Anyway.
Okay.
Yun,
anyway.
okay.
Eto.
Okay.
Sexy lahat, pare. Okay. Ano siya, she was the cover on Sexy Magazine. Pero we stopped dating already for a while. Yung dating namin, ano siya, tawag dito, alam mo yun, hindi naging official, pero mga 9 months kayo nagde-date. So anyway, she promoted her magazine, ganyan. Right before the interview was about to end, my other partner, Tony, said, so guest and Sam, ba't ano pala nangyari sa inyo? Ba't parang you guys stop dating? Sabi ko, Tones, patay mo na yung mic. Sabi, hindi mo ba nilove si Sam? Sabi ng girl, hindi, love na love ko yan. Oh, Sam, love ka pala eh. Sam, love mo ba? Eh, hindi ko naman talaga masabi. Pare, on air to lahat ha. Nagwala. She started getting things and throwing them at me on air ha. Tatago ko, tapos, mga lapis, mga ballpen, tapos yung mug, binato sa akin sa loob ng studio. Si Tony, ayaw patayin yung mic. Naka-on mic pa rin. Mura na ako ng mura. Tama lang! Yung security guard, takno pumasok sa booth para hawawatin si girl. Tapos sinusugod na ako.
I think I listened to that. I think I listened to that show of yours. I thought it was like a script.
Scripted.
Akala ko scripted. Totoo pala.
Sinugod talaga ako. Sinusugod ako. Tapos, ang maganda doon, yung partners ko, ayaw patayin yung mic. Gusto nila marinig ng lahat ng tao yung nangyayari.
Yun ang mga tunay na
Live radio.
Live. Minumura ka, sinusugod ka, pero naka-on yung mic live.
Hindi na masaya.
Oo, masaya para sa listener. Hindi masaya para sa akin. Ginadyabar ako, pare.
Paano natapos?
Imagine mo yung ex mo, pumunta sa studio, sinugod ka lang, tapos naka-on yung mic, hindi mo napatay.
Oh. Paano natapos yung confrontation?
Wala, hinila ng guard, palabas. Oo.
Wow, to that extent,
Oo, well.
Hindi ko malaman. You know,
Kumalma no, nasa labas na.
nakauwi ka nung gabing yun.
Nung nakauwi ako, pero syempre takot na rin ako, hindi ko alam eh.
Abang sa labas.
Oo, di ba? Maraming memorable. We've had Usher on the show. Oo. We had Lady Gaga on the show. We've had Steve Aoki on the show. He went to the studio. GSP, a lot of really memorable guests. And iba-iba, everybody brings their own flavor to the show. Locally, we've had politicians, name it. They've probably been on Boys Night Out. I think yung nabigay ko yung pinaka-memorable kasi yung talaga medyo matindi ang epekto sa akin. Hanggang ngayon, damaged pa rin ako eh.
Oo,
May trauma.
Oo, 2011 pa yun. Pero hanggang ngayon, may trauma pa ako. Diyos ko, hindi nawala.
Yung station nyo before you go in.
Oo.
Pero si Sam YG, not just radio eh. Hindi lang radio yung ginawa niya. You also went to TV.
Right.
You were a host of Eat Bulaga and other shows. Of course, you endorse so many products. Ano yung pagkakaiba? Radio and then TV and then your other projects. And then, not to mention yung mga live events na ginagawa mo talaga.
I think, and I still believe until today, radio would give you the best training grounds. Or would be the best training ground for actually practically any medium. No, you can from radio, once you're trained to think at a split second, diba? Your brain is trained in that manner. You speak well. You can enter into different forms of media already, and it was such a big stepping stone for me. That's why I never left radio, but yung pa rin yung first love ko But then yun nga, I mean, kahit let's say Bulaga, mamatay yung idiot board, mamatay yung prompter. Kaya mo pa rin magsalita eh. Wala kang problema eh. I got this, guys. I got this. Relax lang kayo. Same goes with live events. Same goes with, different, let's say, a podcast or whatnot. It's that training you get that helps you in different forms of media. But I would probably say it wouldn't be otherwise. Like I could probably, if I started with TV, I'm not sure if I would be able to do the same on radio.
I'm a reverse experience ako.
Reverse ka, oo.
I did TV and movies, and then I went to radio here on Guam by accident din. I was just passing by, narinig yung boses ko, bulol ako, so kinuha ko.
Diba? Diba na? Iba. Pero diba, pag nag-radyo ka, parang it just opens a whole
it's different.
Spectrum of things. So that's how I think everything just, kind of spread. Of course, you bring your own, like I said, character, you bring your own flavor to whatever show, whether on TV or on already. Even when I host events, I always try to leave that, kumbaga signature mo yan eh. Diba? Si Sam YG nag-host yan.
Was there ever a person that you looked up to, whether it's radio, TV, or hosting, that you considered your mentor, that helped you develop to who you are at this point?
I think madami. Of course, TVJ would be there. Whenever especially with TV, I started hosting. They really taught me how to, yung execution ng mga punchlines, ganyan, how to get away with green jokes. I think another person na super galing who also I talked to a lot was Michael V. Galing. I mean, that guy can just jump from one character to another and just reinvent himself by the day, if you will. So I think if there are some names locally, it will be those people. Internationally, when it comes to hosting, we have the greats of, Ryan Seacrest, you got Oprah, Jay Leno, di ba? Ang dami magagaling. And one thing that you could say that would be common sa mga taong to, no, is that they can actually control their guests and also they are great listeners.
Correct.
That is why they are very good hosts, because they are great listeners. So yung material nila, yung follow-up questions, dumarating yan dahil sa mga sagot ng interview nila.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you guys have seen that David Letterman Netflix series. Yung, di ba?
Yeah.
My next guest,
Right?
di ba? I mean, the guy made Jay-Z admit on Netflix na he cheated.
Yeah.
To be able to do that, you have to bring a person to a certain comfort level. Diba? Na pare, barkada tayo dito. Sige, sabihin mo lang yung kailangan mo sabihin.
Open
Diba?
it.
And, let's go to like locally, TVJ, diba? Isang minuto, yung mga contestant, umiiyak. Next minute, sumasayaw na sila. I mean, diba? To be able to do that, it takes really, it takes understanding your guest, understanding your audience, what language should you use, diba? What terms should you use? Paano mo yung kiliti nila? These things are very, very crucial, but you have to realize these things by the split second.
Correct.
Yeah.
Certain comfort level para, yes, I will open up myself as well, di ba?
Oo.
Prof, Bodge,
Yeah.
Go, Bud.
Okay. Based on what you're saying, Nano, yung mga ginagawa mo before and everything, with the new thing that's happening right now with this COVID thing, with everything that is the new norm, how do you think the radio industry, or the industry for that matter, is adapting right now? Iba.
Yeah. Inevitably, TV is having a bit of a harder time because of all the protocols, diba? Especially, shooting and whatnot. For radio, at least with our show, we've been doing it like this via Zoom, but then we tap it to our radio station so it's broadcasted live pa rin. So that's how we've been adapting. Radio is adapting, I think, a bit better than TV. Live events for me have also been pivoting. I've been doing a lot of hosting online. It's a bit tricky, honestly. The first time I hosted the online event, when this whole thing started, hindi ko alam kasi mag-joke ako, hindi ko alam kung natatawa lang ako sa sarili ko, natatawa talaga yung mga nasa Zoom eh. Iba eh, di ba?
Wala audience reaction no? Hindi mo alam.
Wala. And as a host, you as a live event host, you draw
feel
your energy. Yeah, you feed it off your audience eh.
Correct.
stand in eh.
Oh, now I'm still getting the hang of it. I still host at least 2 events online a week, but definitely I haven't hosted a event in front of people in at least 4 or 5 months, no? So, yun. So, sa industry, iba rin yung pagka-adapt.
I will do online events every week. Here's a question, Sam. Ano yung preparation mo? Whether it's online, whether it's radio, or whether it's live event, meron ka bang mga preparation
Routine.
ritual that you must do before going into your event?
Same as I mentioned earlier, number one, I always ask, sino ba kausap ko? Diba? That will determine whether I should use English or Tagalog or Taglish. Diba? Number 2, anong demographics? Kasi, let's say, for example, bigyan mo ng suklihan mo ng 25 centavos. Diba? But you can also bring it to a more, a different type of language. benching ko. Depende, di ba? Who's your audience? Ito, benching ko. Ito, 25 centavos. You say the same thing, pero you're catering to 2 different markets. That will also transcribe to your hirip. Ano mga jokes gagamitin mo? Ano yung mga tawag dito, mga punchline na gagamitin mo? So I think it's still studying the audience. That's very, very. I've been practicing and I've been doing online. But also now with the online situation, tech stuff have to be very, very, in check. As a matter of fact, I tell you this, guys, na minsan okay lang malabo yung video as long as yung audio nyo, yung mic nyo malinaw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, once na yung audio mawala, di ba? Kahit malinaw pa yung mukha mo, pag hindi nila maintindihan sinasabi mo, talo ka.
You might lose
Correct.
interest.
Yeah. So, if there's one thing I've been learning for the past few months that I realized so much, the power of audio. Pwedeng pixelized yung itsura mo. Let's say, bad internet connection. Yung pag whoever's watching you sa event, ang pangit na internet connection. Pero yung naririnig ka niya na maayos, di ba? Crisp and clear. You still have that, that audience member. What's challenging for me is, to be very honest, is keeping people's attention span or attention during these times. Kasi ngayon, let's say, we're doing Zoom or whatever, how do we, ang bilis natin mawala sa diba? Sa attention, parang, teka, gawin ko muna to. So, total, ano naman to eh. Pwede namang mag-off camera, diba? Tapos audio na lang. Papakinggan mo lang yung nagsasalita. So there are a lot of things I'm learning also as you go along. I think it's really that, keeping the attention span of people, especially if it's an online event.
They can get easily distracted with all these gadgets. They can flip to their iPad, diba? While they can watch TV. It's talagang key talaga yan.
Ako, gusto ko yung tama doon sa super memorable episode nila sa Boys Night Out when you have that amazing confrontation. Ngayon, dating naman sa live events, meron ka bang similar na experience?
Ay, nako, madami. Dami ako.
Give us one of the most memorable.
Eto. A few years back, a long time ago, Krispy Kreme opened in the Philippines. They opened their first drive-through branch in Green Hills. The CEO of Krispy Kreme from the US flew into the Philippines for the inauguration. Guess who they got as the host? Sam YG.
Yeah.
Okay, sabi ko,
The best. The best.
The best. Sabi ko, the best.
best.
Yayariin ko tong event na to. Papakita ko sa kanila na, di ba, I'm the man. Okay.
Go. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Briefing, agency, okay, ito. Sabi ko, ito na yung script. Ito na, live event. I welcome everybody. Welcome to media press. Everybody was there. Welcome to the opening of Krispy Kreme in the Philippines. Again, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we have a very special guest who flew in all the way from the US to be with us in the Philippines for this special day. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Donut himself, yada yada yada. Wala nagpalakahan. Sabi ko, teka, bakit? Usually, diba? Crowd draws wild din, diba?
Yeah.
Ito na yung floor director. Pumunta sa akin. Sabi ko, shit, may mali akong ginawa dito. Tapi, tinawag kong Mr. Donut si Krispy Kreme. Tinawag kong Mr. Donut. Pare, X yun. Tapos ka doon. Wala ka pwede. You can't save yourself. Yan na, yung Jaguar, pare, tumutulo na, patak-patak, butil-butil. Yung nagbubuo, buo, tulo, ganun. Papi, ito na, sabi ko, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Now, if you also remember Green Hills, no? Pagpunta ko Green Hills, ganun din, sakto. Tapat ng Krispy Kreme, may Mr. Donut.
Donut.
Ang ganda ng nangyari sa akin.
Dapat yung Mr. Donut, binayaran ka rin eh.
Oo, may ano rin. Talent fee.
Nag-pray ako kay Lord, no? Sabi ko, Lord, my mission on earth is done. You can take me now. Now na! Tapos na! Okay na ako pa. Tapos na. That was, I think, if there's one memorable story.
But without any intention of, because of lang talaga, no? Di ba yung, because of, the product itself is Miss Donut and he's a person, Mr. Yun.
Kumbaga, ang
Nagkataon
context
lang
ko,
may product.
ang context ko, syempre, ito yung master ng mga donut. Yun yung gusto kong masabi. Pero lumabas ang bid ko, eto si Mr. Donut. Kung maga-context, nandun yung intention ko, maganda yung intention ko eh.
Mali execution.
Mali execution, pare.
The radio, Mr. Donut, Krispy Kreme.
Oo eh, di ba? The intention was good, the execution was bad.
Paano ka nakawala doon?
Wala talaga. Nagsorry.
Walang loose shot. Wala nga daw loose
Wala
shot.
yun, pare.
Wala. Tapos.
Wala ka. Mga ganun, mag-pray ka na lang. Wala ka nang lust doon.
Rob, boy.
Ay.
Go.
Ayun.
Oh, actually, I just wanted to...
Good luck.
I just wanted to thank Sam for, of course, gracing this episode of and do know that our show is a big fan of your show. Some of the elements
Thank you.
we try to emulate, and of course for morning, diba? Kasi morning kami. And anything that you would like to promote to our audience in Guam, our listeners.
Well, now that we are actually doing our show online, you can actually catch Boys Night Out on Magic 89.9's Facebook page. If you guys missed the Philippines, we're on in an earlier time slot now because of the situation. So we're on from 4 p.m. Is there a time difference between Guam and Philippines? Parang wala, no?
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
So it's
We're
4
ahead.
p.m. Okay, 4 p.m. Buti kayo ahead sa oras, kami ahead sa COVID. Kami, okay. 4 p.m. Philippine time, Mondays to Thursdays. That's where you can catch a show on Magic 89.9's Facebook Live. We also do it via Zoom now, since everything's done online. So yeah, if you drop on by, you can follow me on Instagram _SamYG. I post a lot of interesting and non-interesting stuff there, and I actually hope to be back there soon and seeing you guys in person.
Let us know, let us know.
Definitely, for sure. Oh.
Ito, meron pa akong question kay Sam YG. Okay, here's the question. Sam, anong pipiliin mo? Magiging pinakagwapo ka talagang mama sa buong mundo?
Mama talaga, classic na term yun eh. Oh.
Penchinko.
Oh.
Pinaka-pogi, okay? The most handsome guy in the world, okay? In the world. Pero every time na mayroong ma-fall in love sa'yo, okay, makakakita ka ng multo. Or, magiging superhero ka, unlimited powers, pero every time na gagamitin mo yung powers mo, may mamamatay na politiko. Anong pipiliin mo doon?
Political question. Okay, sana ako yung pangalawa, pero pwede ko mapiliin kung sino matidebs.
Yun, may option ka naman. May option ka. May option.
Doon tayo sa pangalawa.
Sa pangalawa tayo. Sige, okay.
Offer ko lang bibigay yung listahan ko, ha? Kung sino unahan natin.
Tulungan niya mga yan. Diba?
Okay.
Yes. Modge, go ahead.
No. We would like to thank you also. We're sabi nga ni Prof kanina ni Dulce, we're a big fan of the show. And please continue what you're doing. Because at these hard times right now, entertainment is one that keep us sane. Yun na lang kailangan natin. So, kahit sabihin mong mapa, green yan, purple yan, blue yan, kung ano man ang topic, let's just absorb positivity. And then with your team, Sam, and the boys from Boys Night Out, thank you very much for what you're doing.
Marge, thank you. Dude, salamat. Prof, thank you. Thank you for having me. To all the Pinoys there, you guys stay safe and be healthy, huh?
Yes. One last question, okay?
Oh, fire.
That we can get enough of Sam YG. Sam, Taco Tuesday or Commando Friday?
Taco Tuesday, Paps. Hindi na
Taco Tuesday, akala ko yung Commando.
Hindi, we have actually every Tuesday we do a show called Taco Tuesday on Boys Night Out.
Yeah. We're watching it right now.
Oh, and we play a game called Strip Quiz, no, with our guests. So we have our female guests, usually mga model, no, mga type ni Matt. Tapos, trivia question.
Pinafollow ko yun.
Pag mali sagot mo, tanggal ka isang piece of clothing. And we've had pretty wild episodes na talagang mapapaano ka.
Lilipat na kami sa gabi talaga. Lilipat na kami sa gabi. Para at least magawa namin to.
Di ba? Oo. My God, sagad.
Akala, pag ginagawa yung takot, nakakomando rin.
Naku, kasi yung Taco Tuesday leads to Commando eh. Commando Friday eh. Diba? Oh.
Commando Friday.
Again, thank you so much. We really enjoyed it. And again, we loved your show. And it's just pretty amazing how you make people enjoy and make us laugh. Make a lot of people laugh. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. And thank you to our brilliant professor from the Philippines, Prof. Maraming salamat sa iyo.
Maraming salamat, DJ Dudes, Sam and Bodge. Maraming salamat. And to all our listeners, always stay safe. Again, if di naman kailangan lumabas, please stay home.
Pag hindi kailangan lumabas, huwag mong ilabas. Pag hindi kailangan. Hindi dahil...
Pag hindi kailangan.
Hindi dahil nagpakita siya ng motibo, ilalabas mo ang embutido.
Yun, tama.
Correct.
Dami mga wisdom sa
Oo nga, we will write those down talaga.
Iba yan.
For Wired Man, Mr. Bojo Molina. Bodge, thank you.
Well, yun nga. With this inspiring conversation with Sam, lilipat ako sa midnight show para magawa ko yung mga nagagawa nila.
Exciting. Exciting eh. Bodge, Professor, thank you so much. And again, thank you to our very special guest, Mr. Sam YG, radio personality extraordinaire. One of the boys from Boys Night Out, Magic 89.9. Sam, thank you so much. And to you, Mega Mixers, maraming salamat po sa inyo. This has been your DJ Dudes, always reminding you to work hard, to be kind, to pray harder. Amazing things from God will definitely happen. Have a day, Guam, and mabuhay.